Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amy and I have been on a financial freedom journey for many years at this point, and every single month I share our net worth and financial goal update. A huge way that we've been able to increase our net worth over the last 5 years is by lowering our expenses. And that brings me to our partner for today's video, which is Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for as low as $15 per month. My husband and I switched over to Mint Mobile and also added my son on our family plan over 2 years ago. Before we switched over to Mint, I used their coverage map on the website to make sure that the places that we frequent, including our house and workplaces, were going to be compatible with service. And the great news is that we have excellent coverage everywhere. With Mint Mobile, you can get high-speed data with unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network. You can even bring your own phone with your current phone number and contacts. And the best news of all is that it's super easy and fast to switch over to Mint Mobile. With their digital eSIM cards, you can switch in as low as 15 minutes. And if for whatever reason you need to speak to somebody with customer care, Mint Mobile has incredible customer service. They are available 7 days a week, and it's really easy to talk to an actual human being on the phone if you need to. Or they also have a plethora of self-service options as well. Again, thank you so much to Mint Mobile for partnering with me on this video. Let's go ahead and get back to the video. All right, so let's get back to our update for January 2025. This is our first 2025 update. I'm very excited to be bringing this to you guys. And January was actually a 3 paycheck month for us, so we did have a little bit of extra income, which helped us substantially with our financial goals. Now, one thing I wanted to discuss, since this is our first 2025 video, is that I made a decision to not include our car fund money in our net worth. And that is an interesting decision that I made. It's been something I've been thinking about for quite a while, because if you've been on my channel for a while, we actually removed our cars from our net worth back in November. And that was a strategic decision that my husband and I made. We just didn't feel right about including our cars anymore. We don't ever plan on getting super expensive cars. They're genuinely just cars that get us to and from. And it's not something that we would ever consider selling, or I don't know, it just didn't feel right to keep including it in our net worth. And so we did remove that. And so as we've been now saving up money to purchase another car, I've been thinking about it more and more. And I'm like, well, if we're not including our car value, then we probably shouldn't be including the money that we're setting aside to buy a new car. So even though you will see it in our financial goals section, I'm not actually including the money that we have ready for the purchase of our next car in our net worth. That is just because I know that we're saving it and then we are going to be immediately spending all of it. And we will not be seeing that in our net worth in the future. So basically we're going to be saving up this money and spending it, and it will never reflect in our net worth. So that, just wanted to explain that because I didn't want anyone to be confused, and I wanted to be transparent about the fact that we're not including that savings in our net worth. So arguably, could it be higher? Yes, but we are strategically not including our cars anymore in our net worth. Just wanted to address that because I felt like I needed to be clear that we are not including that. So let's go ahead and get started. First, we're going to be talking about our financial goals. So our biggest financial goal that we're working on this year, and our first financial goal that we're working on this year, is our car fund. Like I've been talking about, we are saving up to buy a new car, hopefully in the next few months, as soon as we can get the money saved up for it. We are saving up $15,000. That is not all the money that we will have towards that. We do have a few thousand otherwise that we're going to be putting towards that. And then we also will be selling my husband's current car to purchase that car. So we did put $3,000 in the month of January towards our car fund, and we did not put any money towards anything else yet. So that brings our total for January and for 2025 so far to $3,000. Our goal for the car fund specifically is $15,000, and we have a total financial goal of $34,000 in 2025. So we are $3,000 out of $34,000, which is 9%. So I'm feeling good about that. Like I said, January was a 3 paycheck month for us, so it was a little bit of extra income. We are not normally able to put $3,000 a month towards our goals right now, but that is a great start. Now moving down to our net worth. not a bunch of changes here. Like I said, I did want to address the car fund situation, but otherwise there wasn't a ton of changes for net worth. This is as of January 31st. I always pull these numbers as of the last day of the month, and that is just for consistency so that I have a level playing field across all of our years. So as of January 31st, our home value was $565,000. That is the same that we've had it for the last few months. I don't see us changing that anytime soon. That's feeling like a good value for our home. We have made some improvements since we bought the house, and so I think that's a really good value. We bought our house for just under $500,000, so it has appreciated in value quite a bit. And like I said, we have put some work into it to make it more valuable. If you've been on my channel for a while, we finished part of the basement and just some other minor projects. So $565,000 is what we're gonna leave it at for now. And our HSA, so we do have a high deductible health plan, which means that we have access to an HSA through my employer. And that is currently at $12,700, which is a pretty big increase from December. And that's because my employer actually offers a lump sum deposit in the month of January. So we did get that deposit. So we are at $12,700. Like I've said in the past, we do have some of this money invested and we do have a little bit of it in cash. So we do like to keep some of it in cash because we do spend it for health expenses as we need to. I typically only will pull from it for the larger expenses. And then anything less than $100 will usually just cash flow because I don't want to have to be pretty out money all the time. But $12,700 for our HSA. And retirement and savings, this is all of our money basically, pretty much everything. I like to keep the HSA split out because it's a metric that I like to track kind of on its own, but everything else we pretty much bucket into the retirement and savings. So this includes our emergency fund, all of our sinking funds, our checking account balance, my 401k, my husband's 401k, my husband's rollover 401k from his previous employer, his Roth IRA, my Roth IRA, and our brokerage account. So as you can see, there's a lot of things that feed into this and it would take forever to split them all out. So I prefer just to bucket them all into one. So our retirement and savings for the end of January was at $377,800, which was an increase from December. Now, if you've been paying attention in the last couple of weeks, days, whatever, the stock market has been pretty volatile so far in February. So it has been a wild ride. I have no clue where we're going to land in the end of February, but I'm hoping that we don't, the stock market doesn't completely tank. But it's been a crazy month so far in February, but we did end January on a really good note. So that's at least good, but yeah. So our ending assets for the end of January is $955,500. And our only liability is our mortgage, and that is at $351,700. We just pay our regular mortgage payment, so we're not paying anything extra at this point, but that is $351,700. And like I said, that is our only liability. We are completely debt free, which I am so grateful for because I can't imagine having debt right now on top of everything else we have going on. It's just so glad that we did that. So let's go down to our net worth by month. This is our monthly tracker. Like I said, obviously we're in January, so there's really not much to compare yet, but we were up 13,000 from December. So we ended at 603,800, which is a milestone. Woo! I am thrilled because I've been waiting to hit this $600,000 milestone for quite some time. So let's go ahead down to our net worth milestone tracking. And yep, you can see it here. We hit 600,000 in January of 2025, which is so exciting. I'm thrilled, super happy. It has been taking us, it's actually really interesting because we do kind of have a pattern here, 8, 12, 9, 11, 9, 11, 12, I don't know. Who knows when we'll hit 700, but I'm super grateful that we hit 600. And like I said, with the way the stock market has been going in February, we very well may be under 600 by the end of February, but we will just have to see about that. I've been asked in the past if I do adjust this if we do go under, and I wouldn't. I'm just tracking this to when we hit these goals. So we hit 600,000 in January of 2025. We very well could lose that in February and go under again, but I would still leave it at January 2025 because that's when we first hit that milestone. So very thrilled about that and happy with that progress for the month. Super grateful that we had an increase. And our net worth annual increase year over year, this is a metric that I started tracking a couple of years ago. I just like to see where we're at compared to years past. Last year we had a great year, one of our best, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how 2025 compares. A little nervous, if I have to be honest, because yeah, it's just been wild with the way the stock market's been going so far in 2025. So I'm a little bit nervous that like 2025 is going to be a really like up and down year, but we are prepared for it all. One thing that I always like to remind you guys about net worth tracking is that this number is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just keep doing what you're doing. If you are doing positive things with your money, that is the best thing that you can do. Keep going. You're going to have months that you lose money. You will. Absolutely. We've had a lot of months where we've lost money in the past. It's going to happen. The stock market is volatile, but historically it has always risen up over the years. So that is all we can hope and pray for at this point. But that is all I have for our January update. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to utilize this tracker for your own finances, I have it completely free. I will link the pinned comment. I made a video where I shared how to utilize this tracker and how to set it up. If you want to check it out, feel free, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye guys.